Okay. Hello. Hello. Hello, people. People. Welcome. Okay, so recently I did Watcher Knights, one of the most annoying bosses in Hollow Knight, and so I've kind of decided, since I know I had such a struggle with this, if you guys need any tips and tricks that I found while playing, um, I could make a video on it. So I recorded me doing Watcher Knights, and I'm going to describe what I did good and what I did bad during these playthroughs. And I hope you guys actually get something out. It was like my second attempt. Keeping at range is pretty good. It's really nice to have like the moth wings. Don't do that. Don't randomly throw out spells. I think I was trying to shoot a spell at him, but I accidentally missed. Don't just stand in one place. One of these things. Sometimes jump, like if you have no other thing that you can do, jumping while they're jumping, or while they do the jump roll thing is okay, but oftentimes it's not the best. Oh. I don't suggest corners. While yes, they can be helpful for like the wall, I don't suggest sitting at them. So a lot of a lot of this was spells. You see me go down to 1 here. I was doing pretty good. I was lasting for a while. But know your kind of like delays and such. Okay, I went back in here again. I weirdly enough had a lot of money on me, which never happens. But so yeah. You can get like 1 to 2 hits in there. Any more, and it's kind of greedy, so I don't suggest it. Pogo actually hit them when you're pogoing, like I didn't. And don't walk under their attacks, you know? Don't be dumb. When they bounce off the wall, they kind of don't move very far, so. And sometimes putting in spells is just a good idea. I was doing pretty well here. Make sure you time everything correctly. I know that can be hard. But timing. A lot of this fight is just making sure you have time in between things. Like there, I should have just straight dashed instead of in front of everything. One suggestion I have, don't pause in the middle of your fight. I probably would have gone quite a bit farther if I didn't pause in the middle here. But yeah. Yeah, just don't pause in the middle of your fight. It's a bad idea. Okay, next fight. Come in, slap them up. You gotta do that every time unless you've got a cool shade thing. For best ability, in this situation, I would say make sure you go in there with some soul so that you can get some, like, initial casts off. Okay. Here, that was a bad situation because I got trapped in the corner. That's why I say corners aren't the best. That was really well timed right there. It was a heal and then, you know. I suggest healing once because you'll get attacked. Don't jump. See, that was a good maneuver. That there was not. I had Dash Master on, and so while trying to do Desolate Dives, I missed and would hit my dash button and go down. Those 2 actions, don't do that. Don't just randomly go up. During this fight, I kind of wish I didn't have that attack yet, but I know it helped me during Mantis Lords and getting Hera, so sometimes it'd be that way. Remember to jump, because quite a couple of these hits that I got in this fight could have been avoided just simply with by jumping. Jump at the right time, don't get stuck, don't run out of soul. Remember that you have a dash. Those were some of the things I forgot I had, which was funny. Like, I'd be in moments and I'm like, oh frick, I've got a dash! If I had kept my original audio, you would have heard me go, I have a dash! Which was funny in a couple of these moments. I stayed up there because I was hoping he would move, but don't stay in one place. That's a thing in a lot of these Hollow Knight fights, is don't stay in one place. But yeah. So, the fights were going pretty well. Make sure to hit the enemy you're attacking. I know it can be hard, but like, it's a good idea, you know? And like, if you've got Long Nail or Mark of Pride, don't use those if you're like a nail attacker, not a spellcaster, because they help you hit and not get hit. Timing there was off. That was my bad timing, because I didn't dash. For this fight I was pretty close. I only had like 4 left to go, but I made some really dumb mistakes. Like, but I was doing pretty good. This is kind of an example of what to do right. Don't walk into their attacks though. That's not a good thing to do. Spells, especially the dark spells, are really, really, really useful. They help a lot. I could have won this fight right here, but I had accidentally jumped into that one. See what I mean? Jumping isn't the best idea when sorry, I don't know why my voice cracked like that. When you're doing attacks, make sure you have the right charms on. In this situation, I had been doing these previous fights with my exploring charms, so I wasn't doing great. So here I was deciding if I should do my spell build or if I should do Long Nail. I chose Long Nail. I was going to test it out, see how it went, and then change out if I needed to. So this way you just kind of go pop up. Because I had both Spellcaster on and Long Nail, I was able to avoid those attacks quite a bit easier. But Pogo. Pogoing is a very, very useful thing in this game. You can Pogo. In this moment, I forgot I had Spellcaster on, and so I wasn't using my spells as much as I normally do. But, so yeah. So that Desolate Dive was done at the, like, wrong time. It was, yeah. Use your, just timing. Timing is a lot in this one. I suggest healing once and then getting out of the way. I actually have a meme that I can put on screen that is kind of showing. There I had a lot of really good pogos, but I had been getting hit. I got hit a lot once I missed one pogo. So if you're doing pretty good with your pogos and then you feel like you're gonna miss, like you're not the best pogoer, then I suggest moving. This is where I switched to other attacks. I went with Lifeblood, I think, because I was hoping that I could get more life out of, if I had longer life, then I was able to get through more. I was debating with Soulcatcher here because, you know, but I decided I didn't have much time to heal anyway, so I just went with Lifeblood. So, yeah. I don't know the cool speedrun strat where you dream nail them to get them to activate, so we didn't do that one. This was a good example of don't jump on walls, don't get hit, you know? Try try to jump over them. Use your Monarch Wings to your full abilities. If you can go up high and dash. Timing is very much key in this fight, as it is in some of the other fights. Like, some other fights you can cheese it, but a lot of this is timing. Make sure that you know what you're doing. You know how long your wings take to activate, so you're not in one place. You know how long you sit with spells. And don't jump on walls when they're jumping at you. That's plain and simple. Heal once is one of those big things. I got stuck there. I should have moved, but I didn't. I forgot. So right here. Nope, never mind. How long is this fight? 1 or 2 after they yell. Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy, my guys. I took off long nail, but your nails are usually long enough that you can get some distance. And a lot of times when they're doing their roly thing, it's a good idea to just kind of go as far away from them as you can, because then you don't have to deal with their rolling straight into you. You've got more time to react. Spells are very good in this fight because they keep you long distance, even when they're doing their rollies, because you can attack even when they're rolling. So remember, with Spellcaster you have 4. So I was doing pretty good here. I got 2 of them out at the same time. I think it was because of all my spells casting. So really I only had like 3 more guys to go through here, so I'd gotten half of them down. But I had been running away instead of casting spells, and I could have cast 2 there, but I didn't. There was a bad time jump. So just be responsible with your jumps. There are a lot of signs for which one they're doing, like they do a double jump on their jumpy rolls and then they curl up for their normal rolls. So just understand what they're doing. There's a lot of things you can see. There I got squished because I was worried about the guy running at me when I could have run at him and then slapped him up a bit and jumped over him instead of what I did. So in this fight there was a lot of runny spell casting, you know. Just make sure you got it. Because you want your timing to be good. Just realize spacing, how long their nails are compared to yours. And that's your key factor. Yeah. Oop. Don't run into their jumpies. You can dash away from them. Don't get too overwhelmed. I know there's multiple guys on screens, but don't try to get too overwhelmed. Okay, so right here I got a tip off from one of the people that also plays Hollow Knight, because I told them I was doing Watcher Night, and they're like, you can drop a chandelier on one of their heads, and I didn't realize that. But so that's very helpful in this fight. Just drop something on their heads and then you'll be good. So get your shade. You're now down one Watcher Night, which makes this fight 1% better. Instead of having to fight 6, you only have to fight 5. And while it seems like a lot, it's not, I promise. It's a lot nicer. Jumping, trying not to get hit is the best advice I can give. So yeah, just avoid. Avoid what you can. Don't dash down into them. Throw as many spells out if you can, if you have a full soul meter. and try to avoid their jumpy ones. Now, this fight is annoying, so I get it if you guys struggle with it, because I definitely did. This fight took me 2 hours to get, and I've edited a lot of it down. But yeah, this was a 2-hour fight for me of nonstop jumping over their heads and getting frustrated that they're jumping. Their jumpy attacks. A lot of my tips are going to be repeated through here. You want to make sure you've got your timing down. And so there's just a lot. So I sit there beating them until I can actually get damage, and that's for the soul factor, is so that I can actually get either 1 or 2 attacks in, get some soul off of them. Don't jump into them. If you see them coming, go under them. That's definitely the best thing, is to go under. So that was pretty good. I timed that one right. These attacks can be kind of hard. I know. It can be kind of hard to deal with having multiple enemies on screen with you when you're so used to only having one. And yeah. So that one was a weird timed soul thing. Right here I could have healed, but I didn't. I was waiting for the guy to yell so that I could get some attacks off, which was probably not the best idea. I suggest healing when you can, or else you'll end up getting hit where you would have probably survived if you had healed, but you don't, and that can be kind of annoying. So just a lot of the hit walkaways are very, very, very effective. You can pogo when they're rolling, it won't hit you. Yeah. Okay, so just, yeah, be casting as many spells as you can, and don't wall jump immediately as they run at you. If you're aiming to wall jump, instead of using maybe the Monarch Wings just to get above their attacks, I would say use the Monarch Wings. I only do so good in this fight because I have the Monarch Wings. That's my primary thing that keeps me going. So yeah. I say use as many spells as you can, but make sure they're well timed, well placed, not like randomly as you're sitting there. Jumping and staying and dashing is a good idea in this fight. Try to use your jumps and dash to your full abilities. Don't just randomly jump and dash. Also, when you're trying to heal, don't quick cast and accidentally kill yourself. Right there, I died from the pausing because I'd gotten a Discord DM, and so I paused to go read what it was when I probably should have just left the fight going. And I came back out of my groove and just kind of, you know? I just did the ASL sign for died, but I've got no webcam, so. Try to get the first guy, if it takes like an egregious amount of spells, that's fine, but get him off before the other guy spawns. Sometimes they jump up the wall, they follow you with their jumpies, and sometimes they're synchronized, which is pretty nice. There I didn't jump as high as I should have, like I should have taken a dash and jumped and such. But yeah, spellcast. Spellcasting is really nice. At some point in here, I changed my my charms from Lifeblood to I think I also took Lifeblood and Spore Shroom off, and I put on what is it called? Shaman Stone. That's what it's called. Okay. So we're back in here. This was my second to last fight. I had done pretty good. I walked in here with a full soul meter because I had gone through and done some things. That was a mistimed shade spell, in which I probably should have fixed it and all, but hey, it be that way. So yeah, that sometimes you just can't avoid their jumpies. But when you're coming down and you know one guy might be under you, pogoing is very useful. I healed here, which was very useful. Don't heal twice. I will say, don't heal twice. Well, it's fun. Don't do it. So I took him out in that moment, and then I took him out, so both of these new guys popped up. I took that time to heal, which was a good idea. Take whatever time to heal. It's a good idea. It's always a good idea. But so yeah, healing. See, those were very well timed. Timing is a lot. And running is a good idea. Time your dumps? I mean, time those too, but time your jumps. That was a lot of my problem in those past two fights, was I was getting knocked down a lot just by bad time jumps, or not jumping at all, being overwhelmed. Just be calm in these fights. A lot of Hollow Knight is just being chill. Desolate Dives are very powerful attacks. See, I use like 2 and a couple nail hits. And even if you're not directly above them, it's okay. Because you do a lot of damage even without being directly above them. While you do 2 hits while above them, you can still get damage off with the runoff. So my suggestion, Desolate Dives when you have the Shaman Stone and stuff on. While you don't have to do that, it's effective, it's very useful. And it's got such a wide AoE that it can hit both. I promise. So I didn't realize it here while in this fight, but this was my last dude. And I was just kind of trying to get him down. And bam, I did it. So that's my advice. Thank you. And I'll see you guys next time.